Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Did you just call me a racist?
I called you a...
No, Henry's stupid. So the masked person is...
It was me, Austin. It was me the whole time.
Hamza, Stephen, welcome. Let's talk the borderline.
Let's do that.
I've had Madonna in my head all day.
Good.
Yeah, was that the intention?
You know what? Yes.
Yes.
It was
100%
absolutely.
the entire time.
Sorry. They played it earlier.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they put a cover of it in the show.
Yeah. No, it was the original, but they only played it before the lyrics came on for rights reasons.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, out of you both, who would make the more intimidating border agent?
Him. Well, you know what? It depends. Someone like me crossing the border, running into someone like him as a border guard. You know what I mean? If I ran into somebody looking like me as a border guard, I wouldn't be as intimidated. Do you know what I mean?
Do
you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Did you just call me a racist?
I called you a 45-year-old white man, which as a border guard, somebody like me whose passport says born in Saudi Arabia, I get a little tense about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can you understand that?
Some might say.
Yes. Some might say.
I'm not going to make a joke. I'm not going to make a comment. I'm not going to allude to anything. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Playing it safe. Good.
It is quite a tense time. Like in a lot of people's minds, like crossing the border seems to be this intimidating thing, and it always has been. You know, when you drive up there and you pull up and you're like, I know I'm fine. Like everything's good.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
I've got no criminal history, whatever, whatsoever. But there's just something about the suspense, the anticipation about going there.
I was taught a long time ago that border agents purposefully, when they ask you a question, you respond like, "Are you bringing anything into the country? Any goods?" No. And then they just wait. And if you just say no and you stop right there, they'll move on to the next thing. But if you keep talking, that's when they
you can very easily dig yourself into a bit of a hole.
Yeah.
And I think the people who just love to talk be like, "How's your day going?" It's like, you're asking too many questions.
Yeah.
Stop it right there.
Well, I will say, right after having finished filming, I was driving to New York, and I was held at the border for whatever reason. Like, I was in my car, I wasn't asked to leave and everything like that. I think I just had my passport. He was looking at it, and then all of a sudden he was just like, "What kind of, as an actor, what kind of things do you do?" And I was just like, I actually just completed a show that sort of implicates border guards and a lot of a lot of nefarious things that are happening in Canada. And he kept me there for another 20 minutes just to talk about movies.
Oh, really?
And I was just like, okay, all right, yeah, I'll see you next time.
For sure.
Great.
Yeah. What was it like spending the time there? And it's a beautiful part of the world, right? Thousand Islands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gananoque was beautiful. We were there early October in 2024, and it could have very easily been 7 Celsius and raining, but it was beautiful.
Nice.
It was really, really nice.
Yeah. The show starts, it's quite peaceful. You're seeing the scenery.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, something bad's about to happen.
Yeah.
We see your character in the trunk of a car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like,
crossing the border.
Let's go. Yeah. It was like straight in there. What was it like playing that character and being just in the action straight away?
It was just a lot of fun. Like we started production on all of the location stuff in Gananoque. So like anything that you see there, that was the very first, like our first day meeting was like an intense interrogation between the two of us. So we had to like land there immediately. And I think one, hair, makeup, wardrobe, everything did such a good job to land us there, but to actually have the privilege of being in the location that we're filming in, it informs the characters, informs the story so much that an artificial set couldn't have contributed that same level of connection, I don't think.
Yeah, Stephen, work has taken you to some pretty cool places over the years. We met at the Little Lorraine premiere at TIFF.
Yep.
And just you're seeing all these incredible small towns that otherwise you wouldn't really have an excuse to go and see them.
Yeah, I mean, Little Rain, we were out in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and Lewisburg, and I really enjoyed this shoot because we stayed at a cool spot out in Gananoque, and then when we were filming out in Brantford?
Coburg.
I wasn't in Coburg.
I was in Coburg like a lot.
Okay. I wasn't in Coburg, I don't think, but
Yeah.
I stayed in the coolest spot that I stayed actually was out in Paris, Ontario.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, have you been?
I've heard of it. I've not been though.
It's really great.
Is it?
Yeah, it's lovely. I would recommend it.
Okay, I'll add it to the list.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your character, Henry.
Yeah.
He's in a bit of a mess, isn't he, in episode 1?
Yeah.
At the end of episode 1.
No, Henry's stupid.
Yeah.
His heart's bigger than his brain.
Yeah.
Which is not a compliment. Yeah, I when I read the script, and I've said this, so it's gonna be like a super clip of me saying this over and over again. But when I read the first episode, when I was sent this script, I got to the end and I was like, is Henry the bad guy? And that was really interesting. We were doing a little show earlier, and someone called it the social called it morally messy.
Yeah.
Which is real life.
Yeah.
By the way, Henry is a cop. He's a family man. He's well intentioned, but he's got a soft spot for this knucklehead over here, and will just relentlessly pursue stupidity for the sake of their friendship.
What was it like seeing your younger selves? Because obviously we flash back quite a lot. Did you approve of who they cast as younger you?
Oh, they didn't ask us.
Yeah, I met him on the day.
Yeah,
and
really, really great kids.
Yeah.
I say kids, they're
yeah,
young men.
like I got a chance to watch. There's this particular scene. I won't give away too much, but you see the two of them sort of at a crossroads, and he has to make a decision, and I was able to watch Lucian, who plays younger me, really try to mimic my mannerisms in whatever footage they tried to show him and everything, and it's just nice, you know what I mean? It was a treat to watch, and then I even snuck a little thing. I tried to create like sort of a catchphrase for the show, and then I snuck it in one of the takes. I leaned up to. I mean, I'll even say it here. I don't care. Like you can cut this out. This isn't live or anything.
No.
Okay, but anytime anything bad happens or when Tommy's in pain, I was screaming "mother bitch" a lot, and then so in one of the takes. So in one of the takes, and from the last cut that I saw, I made final take, but he's like, he gets surprised by something, and I was just like, I was on set, he looks over at me, and he was just like, hey man, am I doing good? And I was just like, yeah. I make sure that director wasn't looking, I'm just like, in this next take, can you just say mother bitch? And he was like, yeah, I got it. And it's towards the end of the scene, so like the crew was barely able to hold on to their laughter before it was, so I'm really happy.
You're just watching on as like a proud dad.
I'm just like, oh, I taught that boy mother bitch.
Yeah. he's gonna go far. Yeah.
He's a phenomenal actor.
Let's talk about Minnie Driver, another phenomenal actor. Seeing Minnie as this villain, this almost Cruella like diva of the cartel, the British cartel. Like again, like I'm watching this, like really, is this a thing?
Yeah,
maybe
all Minnie's missing in this is a Dalmatian.
Yeah. And a cigarette on a
That's
long
right.
Yeah. What was it like working with Minnie? Legend,
I mean, Minnie was extraordinary. I think I said this before, but like just brings an elegance and a sense of credibility, and it's Minnie fucking Driver. She's great.
Yeah.
She's just really great.
Yeah.
What's really cool is obviously there's to peek behind the curtain a little bit. Obviously, when you have these massive names come in, usually we don't have a lot of time with them. So she came in, and I think she was in and out within a week. And to see somebody fully landed in their character and their confidence and making such quick decisions and showing consistency towards those decisions. I mean, when you're acting opposite that, you kind of get encouraged to stick to the choices that you're making as well, because it's like, well, that's the job. That's what's we all know that's. In acting, that's what you have to do. But to see somebody executing it in such a short period of time at such a consistent rate, without so much prep, without any of that, it's encouraging to continue to do that.
There was also a moment where we were not running behind, but it's the nature of shooting television. You get like it's Gone with the Wind in the morning, and it's Starsky and Hutch in the afternoon, or whatever. It's whatever that expression is.
I'm familiar with what you're
what's the TV show with the? That doesn't matter. Okay. But I watched people like they were trying to rush, and they tried to rush Minnie.
Not happening.
Nope. No. And by the way, in an incredibly polite way, it's like, don't rush me,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah,
and
you're not
thank
going to
you."
argue with that. Yeah.
and I just watched it and I like file that away.
Well, it's like a respect thing, right? I don't have anything to do with the lighting or a lens change and everything like that. But if I'm getting tired, or if I'm hungry for lunch, or if we got to make our day because I don't want to work overtime, I'm not gonna press up against like a grip and being just like, "Hey man, could you wind those cables faster?" You know what I mean? Like it's just we stay out of the way when that's being done. I think the actors that really do a service to the show and the ecosystem as a whole, we stay out of the way until it's our turn. And the humble request is, when it's our turn, please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's really it.
Yeah. And a Canadian crew, I assume, as well.
Our crew was absolutely like an A+ because this was 6 episodes, but it was one director, so the entire thing was cross-boarded. So I think like on the second day we shot the last scene of the show, believe it or not. But it was really, really interesting because for the first, I think maybe 4 weeks of the production, we were on location. And there were some locations that we went to for multiple days, but there were a lot of locations we were just there one day. We had a lot of stuff to get done. And it's like, we need to get this, and we're not coming back to this location.
Yeah.
So the crew moved very swiftly, but I swear to God, I never heard anyone, like, there was no yelling, nothing contentious, a lot of respect, and just like really like top-notch level work.
You'll love to hear it. You were the post-game highlight of the night on Sunday after the Super Bowl on CTV.
Well, it's going to be a bad Super Bowl. The best team's not in it. So, yeah, hopefully this will make everyone cheer up.
Yeah, for sure.
This uplifting story.
Yeah, of
telling.
crime and morally messy behavior.
Is it gonna put people off traveling over the border?
I don't think so.
No. Maybe in trunks.
Yeah.
In trunks.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think so.
I think it might put people off swimming in rivers for a while.
I feel like naturally, if there's boats going around, you probably shouldn't be swimming in open water that way. And
Yeah.
just as a safety concern, stay safe out there, guys.
Yeah. Can I just ask you actually about that end of episode 1? Was that, it looked cold? Was it freezing when you went in there?
Oh no, it was fine.
Really?
Nah, it was fine. It was like it was end of September, beginning of October. No, that water was fine. Like I grew up in Toronto. I would always go swimming up in Muskoka or Georgian Bay, like right when the ice went out of the of the lake.
Yeah.
Because I'm brave.
You were going in ice baths before ice baths were a thing.
That's exactly right. I was doing I was doing cold plunges before cold plunges.
You started
were
the cold plunge.
Yeah. They actually like they did actually try to get me to wear like a wetsuit under my clothes. I was like, no,
I got this.
I'm not. I'm good, guys. I'm good.
Yeah.
Stephen Amell.
Yeah.
Perhaps you didn't know.
Last time we met, we spoke a little WWE, a bit of wrestling, or even AEW. But are you keeping up to date with both products, with what's happening in wrestling right now?
I'm not up to date with AEW. I'm certainly up to date with the WWE.
We're on the road to WrestleMania now.
We are on the road to WrestleMania. I think I'm going to make a cameo on night 2 of WrestleMania this year.
Is that gonna happen?
I mean, it's
Give me tickets.
It's in Saudi next year.
I know.
Yeah.
I talked about this earlier. I was at SmackDown about 3 weeks ago when I was in Montreal.
Yeah, I was at Raw the next week. So
cool. And then I made the Royal Rumble broadcast.
Oh yeah,
like my wife and I booing Drew McIntyre during the promo, the Sami Zayn, whatever. It's the most excited I've ever been to be on TV.
Yeah,
I made the broadcast.
Yeah,
right after Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
where he's like, "Listen up, you guys suck," and we're like, "Boo!" And I was like, "Oh my god, I made it on TV."
Yeah,
that's great.
We're walking around this.
Wait till you're in the ring.
By the way, we're walking around this building. His posters everywhere. He's staring back at us. Couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But being in a promo package
in
WWE
in the background of a promo package,
Life made.
You know what I mean? Yeah. The like 8-year-old me is just being like, "Hey, we did all right, kid."
Yeah. Were you happy with the finish at the Rumble, Reigns?
Yeah, I thought that I thought the Rumble was bad.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Not every show can be great. I thought that like night 2 of WrestleMania last year, and I was there. I thought that was like an A++ night of wrestling. I thought like top to bottom, tip to tail, it was great. I thought that this Rumble was. I just didn't think it was great, and I just thought that the atmosphere, it seemed weird. Like the arena was kind of empty, or was it? It was just optically, like the way that it looks and presents is important, and I thought that it looked and presented poorly relative to previous Rumbles. Like I've been to, I think, the last 3 prior to this in San Antonio, Tampa, and Indianapolis, and like those shows were awesome.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was great. And this one just
I think it
wasn't.
I think it was just a, like, when I was watching it, it really reminded me of like a New Japan crowd, because they're not as vocal like during like the quieter parts of the thing. You know what I mean? When there's an audience call and response, a culture like Saudi Arabian culture or a culture like Japanese culture, they'll ramp up when it's time to, but they're not over there. They're not taking pictures, not waving to get. So it's not as. So like in terms of like when I was watching, and I was just like, okay, I just need to get used to the fact that this is just not an American audience.
Yeah.
And I just went back to like watching pay-per-views at the Tokyo Dome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just like, you know, probably like Okada and Omega, some of the best wrestling ever. And there's huge periods of that match where they're just perfectly silent. So you kind of did have to make it about the wrestling. And I just agree. It was like one of the, like, to me, I enjoyed that Rumble a lot, like a lot, and maybe it was just because I made the promo package.
Yeah.
But like genuinely, I thought the women's Rumble was great. The NXT ladies, they did a phenomenal job. I thought Oba Femi got a great showing.
Yeah.
I was very confused why like Brock Lesnar was thrown out during Jey Uso's music. I had no idea. That was weird.
That was a miss.
Especially if Oba Femi had this amazing showing, and then Lesnar eliminates him, and then his elimination just falls flat. I do think Roman was the right pick to win.
Oh, I do too, and I'm excited for Roman and Phil
Punk,
at Mania night 2.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
But who was the girl that finished 3rd? In
Sol Ruka.
Sol Ruka
Oh,
from
amazing.
man.
Yeah.
Killer.
She is ready.
Old school Lita vibes, man.
Yeah,
She's
big time.
incredible.
No, she
And
like I was watching that, being like, they should just do it.
best
Like,
finisher
she
in the
should
game
just
right
win.
now.
Last question. Who is the masked man that attacked Braun Breaker? Who do you think it is?
I mean,
I think
don't
it's
know.
Logan.
It could. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Like a little inside job.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I think he knows.
You know, in
Probably
season
knows.
in the first
He's
episode
an
of
insider information.
in the first episode of season 4 of Arrow, we flash forward to Oliver standing in front of a grave, and we don't see who he's looking at. And the reason we don't see the headstone
So they haven't
was
decided who
because
it
they
is.
hadn't decided
Yeah.
yet. So the masked person is
the anonymous Raw GM.
is
Yes.
We don't know what
Yeah,
it's
goes
gonna,
on.
It's
whoever
going to be
they-
Hornswoggle.
It's whoever they need it to be when they eventually
Yeah.
reveal that person.
Yeah.
You know what it's going to be? It was me, Austin. It was me the whole time. That's what
It was me all along.
Could you
No, I don't
we'll get one of those.
I don't think that Vince can do a stomp like that.
No. That's
fair.
at his age.
Probably not. Well, we've lost half the room, but it's been a pleasure talking to you about WWE and, of course, The Borderline. New episodes Friday every week on Crave. Enjoy.